Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Reddy. Today we're going to take some notes on the different types of politics or different definitions of politics. The first one we're going to look at is the Schacht-Schneider model. Schacht-Schneider, say that 3 times. And Schacht-Schneider's theory is that politics is conflict expansion. So let's start out here in box 1 and say politics begins with conflict among private groups. And we're going to move from there. Let's say the private group might be the gay and lesbian group versus the extreme Christian right. And they want to be able to marry. Then it goes to the next box. The issue gains visibility through the media. They go on. They go on television, they have rallies, they might even make commercials, but we do see the issue gaining visibility through the media. From there, the issue reaches the agenda of government. The agenda of government is the goal of anyone that has an issue that they want addressed by Congress and by the federal government. So reaches agenda. That means they are going to discuss it. They are going to address this issue of government. Okay, once it's reached the agenda, something's going to happen. Now, what affects that agenda? One, the scope of the conflict. How big a deal is this? How many people is it affecting? How many people really care about this issue? Two, other conflicts that Congress is dealing with. Three, the intensity of the groups. And four, what government can do about it. Okay, it reaches the agenda, a decision is made. There are winners and losers. So there is a new balance of power. If Congress or the government makes a decision that makes the gay and lesbian group happy, that's one thing. If it makes a decision that makes the religious right happy, that might be another decision. Or if they make the decision to do nothing, it leaves everything in the lurch and the balance of power really remains the same. So a new balance of power created. And then you have the impact. The impact is there are winners and losers. And what are the losers going to do? They will seek to expand the struggle and continue on. So it is a cycle, continuous cycle. Now let's revisit number 2, issue gains visibility through media. Also, what happens here is new forces, new groups are mobilized, either for or against the issue. Then once it reaches the agenda, a result can be new programs, enacted, or status quo. Everything stays the same. It goes over here. Once this happens, once the new programs happen, the impact happens. Somebody's happy, somebody's not. You have winners and losers, and the conflict begins again because the losers aren't going to sit back and let it stay. All right, that is the Schachtschneider model of politics. Politics is conflict expansion. The key word to remember with Schachtschneider is conflict. Okay, turn your paper over, and you have the Lasswell model. What is politics? The Lasswell model, if you rattle it off real quick, is simply who gets what, when, and how. Who gets what, when, and how. Okay, so let's do this real quick. And we're going to divide the who part into 3 categories: individuals, groups, and organizations. The what, we'll leave it open for now. All of these will leave blank for now. All right, who? Who would be candidates. It could be voters. It could be regular people. Groups. It could be rich and poor. It could be old and young. It could be men and women. There are many other groups I could write down, but we'll leave it with those 3. Organizations. It could be AARP, which is the Retired Persons Association. It could be the NRA, National Rifle Association. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of groups. So this just gives you an idea of what we're talking about. What do they want? What do they want? This is the substance of politics and government. They want advantages for themselves or their group. And when you have advantages for one group, there are winners and losers. You have winners and losers. They want recognition. They want jobs. They may want influence. They may want justice. Just a few examples of what is wanted. What is wanted. Okay, when? Now. Rarely would they say later. And then the method. This is the how. Well, they could have rallies. They could vote. They could go to the media. They could have riots, violence. They could use rewards, bribery. All depends. Okay, so this is the Lasswell model of what is politics. Who gets what, when, and how. And that's it. Thanks for listening.